Hello YouTube, Public Piper here. Tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about Cornell and Deal's Burley Flake number 2, which is very different, in my opinion, from their Burley Flake number 3. This number 3 I love. This is smooth, went through about 4 or 5 tins. So because I like that, I decided to order the number 2. And I'm telling you, brother, it's a different story. This is a tough smoke for me. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to tell you about that a little bit later. But this was a different animal. I'm a guy who has smoked many a Burley. I have Old Joe Krantz and Haunted Bookshop in my rotation here, so I can smoke some Burley. So when this number 2 arrived, I thought, this is going to be no problem. It was a problem. It really surprised me. I've had a couple bowls of that now, and when I light it up, it just pops in my mouth with harshness. The first bowl or two, I don't think I got through half the bowl. It was just that rough. I kind of had to put it down. But then I thought back on the experiences I had with other Burleys, and what I learned from that experience was, give a tobacco a second shot, give it a third shot, maybe even a fourth. So I lit it up earlier tonight. To be honest with you, I thought this is the last chance. This is the last chance I'm going to give this tobacco. And I lit it up, and sometimes it depends on what you eat or drink before. And I thought, well, maybe this time I'll get the right combination. No, I didn't. I lit it up. I did the charring light right outside here a couple hours ago. And those first couple draws were just as harsh as the ones that I had a week ago. And I was ready to give up, and I was getting ready just to put it down, and be like, I'm going to stick with number 3. I don't need the number 2, but I wanted to stick with it. I wanted to give it just a little more time. So I decided to kind of burn through it and spend a couple minutes with it. Taking real slow sips. And I'll be damned that after that first, not even a quarter bowl, maybe an eighth of a bowl, it really started to settle down, and it really started to get much more smooth. And I don't know what it was about those first couple of first couple of tokes, but it just really settled down, and I started enjoying it. And the tingling in my mouth that I had at the beginning settled down, and I didn't get tongue bite. I didn't get a mouth burn of any kind. And it really kind of grew into, it was still monotone, but it really grew into a kind of a high quality smoke. And I think now this is kind of the cream of the crop of Burleys, or the most severe of Burleys that I've smoked so far. I thought Old Joe Krantz was in Haunted Bookshop were hardcore. This is hardcore. Number 3, number 2 sound like they're close together, but this is much more hardcore than this is, in my opinion. So it was a really great experience, though, sticking with it, which is one of the things that pipe smoking kind of teaches you, is to kind of stick with it sometimes. But I'm not done yet. I'm not saying it wasn't the greatest bowl ever. It's not like it was bursting with flavor toward the end. That's not what Burley's about. But what I decided is I'm getting ready to go on a vacation tomorrow over Christmas break, and I'm going to take this tin with me. This is not a full review of Burley Flake number 2. This is just the beginning, because I think to really discover tobacco, it's kind of like a book. It's kind of like a novel, especially Burley is, that you really have to dig in deep to kind of pull out the flavor and pull out the story. And to each person, it's going to be different. But it's worth spending the time to read it. You can't watch the movie. You can't get the cliff notes. You got to read it word for word. And that's what I'm going to do toke for toke. So I'm going to take this with me. It's going to be a challenge, but I like a challenge. It's one thing to take your favorite tobacco on vacation, But it's a different thing to take a challenge or a challenging tobacco on vacation. And that's what I want to do this time. So consider this the first part of the review of Cornell and Deal's Burley Flake number 2. And I'll have an update for you in a few days. So again, thanks for your support, and I'll see you next time.